Okay, now we're going to work on poetry and creative exercises. So we're going to just stay with, well, actually, let's go with microplastics and why not? Let's go with Claude. To start a new chat, we don't want it to be tainted with any of our microplastic stuff that's in there. So I have written something right here. So we're going to do poetry and creative exercises. So here we have write a poem about cold winters and the hope of spring. It should have an AB rhyming pattern with 8 beats per line. So we'll see what Claude gives us. ChatGPT will give us something really different, but I prefer Claude's voice a little bit more. The winter wind howls fierce and strong tonight, while buried seeds lie dormant in the ground. The branches bend beneath their frozen plight, yet in their cores sweet sap still flows around. Each morning brings a crystalline display of hoarfrost glinting in the pallid sun. Though beauty graces winter's austere way, we yearn for when the thawing has begun. It doesn't have a perfect cadence that we would look for, but that doesn't really matter. So now we've got our poem. Now we're going to rewrite the poem as a haiku. And we'll see what this gives us. Since haikus are much shorter, I'll keep it in our conversation rather than as an artifact. So this is an artifact. So this on this side is an artifact where it actually wrote it. You can go right here. You can copy the contents, you can download the contents, you can publish the contents. If you publish it, it's going to make it known to the whole world, so we might not want that. But here we go, this is our artifact, we're keeping it over here. Here's the haiku capturing the essence of winter turning into spring. And we could exit out of this, by the way. So frost grips barren branch, while beneath the frozen ground, new life stirs awake. That's a nice little haiku. Okay, so now we're going to rewrite this poem as a limerick. Here's a limerick about winter turning to spring. There once was a winter so cold that everything here, let's move this over so the picture isn't, that everything frosted would hold, but spring crept its way through each freezing day till flowers burst forth from the mold. All right, thank you very much, Claude. So now we're going to go with this one, which is rewrite the poem in the style of The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, as I watched the snow fall weary, while the winter winds did disappear, whispered through my chamber door, as I sat there nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, like some icicle was snapping on my chamber floor. 'Tis some frost-formed crystal, I thought, tapping on my chamber floor. Only this and nothing more. How distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each frozen, dying ember brought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, seeking spring to end my sorrow. From the winter came but horror from the endless horror of the rare and radiant season that the angels call spring's door, nameless here forevermore. But the garden, cold and sleeping, held its secret in its keeping, and the bulbs beneath were creeping toward the light once more. Though the winter held me binding, still I felt new hope was winding through the frost, its way was finding what was there before. Till the springtime's gentle promise whispered through my chamber door, winter rules forevermore, nevermore. So Claude says, I've created a poem that echoes Poe's famous meter and rhyme scheme while incorporating winter and spring themes. I use this characteristic repetition, internal rhyme, and the dramatic M dash punctuation style. Would you like me to adjust anything in the meter or imagery? I think we're good with that one, so I'm not worried about that. And then this one, I thought this would be interesting. We can rewrite the poem to sound like the rap by Lisa Left Eye Lopez of the 90s group TLC and from the song Waterfalls. We might have to okay, so I apologize, but I shouldn't try to directly mimic Lisa Left Eye Lopez's specific rap style or the rhyming pattern from Waterfalls, as this could infringe on copyrighted material. However, I can write an original rap about winter and spring that maintains its own unique style. Okay, winter's got its grip, but yo, listen up. Nature's taking time, filling spring's cup. Frost on the windows, ice in the trees, but underneath that snow, life's planting seeds. Got that cold wind blowing day after day, but Mother Nature's got her own way to say, hold on tight, change is coming soon, when winter fades, like phrases of the moon. So let's try that, but let's put in our original prompt, write a poem. Well, let's just do this. So we're going to try ChatGPT. So there was a limitation here, which it didn't want to do any copyright infringement. I wasn't asking it to do copyright infringement, but it misunderstood what I was saying. So here we have this is what ChatGPT is going to give us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the lyrics for Waterfalls TLC, okay. And then we can take this and we can put it into ChatGPT, and then okay. So we just did the same prompts that we did over there. Rewrite the poem to sound like the rap at least the left outlet was the 90s group TLC from the song Waterfalls. There we go. And it might, okay, see, ChatGPT didn't think we were doing copyright infringement, which we actually were not doing copyright infringement. But, come on, I see the cold and snow today, but too many storms have come our way, leaving a trace of skies all gray. Is it because my world's so far away? I pray, let the dark all fade away, seldom see the light of day, but the light the spring's promise is true, we gotta believe in coming through. Chillin' winds, the frost on me, but I know that warmth will soon be free. Like the sun shining down, we'll see the blooms come back. Yeah, it's meant to be. The earth sleeps, waiting anyway. So you can see what this came up with. It's nice. And it, it follows she starts with "thought come on," it kind of follows the same meter. So we can kind of we're going to get limitations with them. Sometimes we're going to get like this, where it's could infringe on copyrighted material. This obviously does not infringe on copyrighted material because there's so much that's different from it. You'll get the same thing from ChatGPT sometimes as you drill deeper and deeper into these things. So there will be limitations, but you can see we overcame what we were looking for by switching from Claude to ChatGPT.